well today. I have a very special guest with me today. This is my amazing friend Zoey. She is Zoey Arielle here on YouTube. She has done such amazing things with her YouTube channel, and she has been so inspiring for me, and she's like one of my best friends.
We met on YouTube.
Yeah, we met on YouTube, and we'll touch on that a little bit, I think. But yeah, I'm so excited to bring this interview for you guys. I really want to talk about spiritual things because Zoey is one of my amazing spiritual teachers. She has so many just amazing, inspiring, what am I trying to say? Just like, oh my God, just like all the inspirational things. She's just, a bundle of light. So I'm so excited to talk about this subject. And yeah, so let's get started. All right, so my first question for you is tell me a little bit about your spirituality journey.
Okay, so my spirituality journey, I feel like I was always a spiritual child. Like, to some extent, I didn't really know to put the label on it as spirituality, but I always felt like everything happened for a reason, and I always was conscious about trying to learn lessons, or I always had questions about the greater part of life and life's experiences. And I'd say it wasn't until I started solo traveling and I became more open to these types of lessons coming into my life, started reading a lot more self-help books and like into law of attraction. So I'd say like probably in my 20s was when I really kind of decided to dive into discovering more about the spiritual world, the spiritual life, what kind of resonated best with me. But yeah, I don't know. Once you come to the world of spirituality, you're like, I wish I got here sooner.
Yeah, definitely. So I remember we were talking a little bit about like spiritual gifts. So tell me a little bit about your spiritual gifts.
Okay, so I am very intuitive, and I feel like to some extent I can predict some things that have happened or will happen. So I feel like maybe this just happens when you have developed a good relationship with your intuition, but I've chosen to always kind of answer to it and always follow my bliss, and it's led me to the most amazing places. So I have no other choice but to keep following my intuition and doing all the things that feel good to me. And in that way, it has granted me like some types of insights on things. So I don't know. I have been told I have a psychic ability from some psychics and things like that, and I don't know how tapped in I am because it's nothing that I can control, but sometimes I know things.
I think you're tapped in.
Yeah,
you definitely are. She is. Okay, perfect. So I guess my next question for you would be, because I feel like a lot of the time people that kind of become more spiritual have that sort of pivotal moment in their lives where they just felt like they became enlightened, or they just kind of woke up, I guess.
Yes.
To like they were asleep and all of a sudden there was one moment and like bam, they woke up.
Okay.
So what would be like your pivotal moment?
I'd say definitely a pivotal moment was when I did go to Europe by myself and did solo travel, and I was reading the book Mind Power, and I'd say that when I read that book it just made sense because it's very much about the power of visualization, and as a child I was so visual that like I visualized things and then they would happen, and I just like I felt like I had some kind of like magic power when I was younger, but I just kind of always knew I had this pattern of if I really wanted something I just had to picture it, visualize it, and then it would happen. But I had no label, whether you want to call it law of attraction, or I know there's many other words to kind of describe this, like thoughts become reality and whatnot. But I'd say I read that book, and then when I was solo traveling, it's like it was so obvious and right there in front of me. The people that I met, the places that I went, every little thing was just such a powerful lesson, and I was able to understand it a lot better because it was on my own. I was so much more open to accepting these types of experiences and people into my life, rather than when you are traveling with other people, you guys are just doing your own thing, you're going out for dinner together, you're doing this together. But when you're alone, you're kind of left to make friends and become drawn to people and go on your own adventures, if you will.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like being alone is such a crucial part of that journey, because you're able to reflect and just have that time to really figure out, okay, like I need to do this to get here, or if I want to make friends, I have to do this. And then also it gives you time to visualize, because when you're with other people, you're really distracted. So when you're able to be alone and you have that time to really reflect, it's really amazing.
It's powerful stuff.
It's so powerful. Okay, so my next question is, what would be your number one piece of advice for somebody who is starting their journey?
Yes, so if you become interested in spirituality, or like you feel like you want to learn more, I'd say, I mean, YouTube is a great place to start now, because you can dive into many different worlds, and maybe something like the law of attraction resonates with you, but maybe you get started on something like meditation and a guided meditation on YouTube. Just keep following the path. Whatever's kind of presented to you that sparks an interest, keep pursuing that interest, and then you'll be granted with even more paths to take, and then you can explore a little bit more here, a little bit more there. Because I found, like, even in the past, like, because I've become so interested in spirituality and I've really learned to trust my intuition, it's led me down all different corners of the web, if you will, like all different to resources, different books. And I mean, once you keep going, you just keep pursuing it. Like, whether it's astrology that you're very much interested in and dive down that hole, if it is meditation, if it is trying to connect with your spiritual guides or your greater being, there's just so much valuable information that's out there. And especially on a platform like YouTube too, you can hear about other people's experiences, and you may be able to recognize, that happened to me, or I felt something similar to that once, and then you can connect your own dots. I feel you'll attract the information that's meant for you at the time.
Definitely. I feel like the internet, I mean, like, everybody's own spiritual journey is very, it's very personal to them. And the amazing thing about the internet is you're able to go and find those things that resonate with you, and then maybe they will lead to other things, but you're able to attract the information that you need at that point in time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure you guys, like, when you go on YouTube and it shows your suggested videos, it seems like almost 100% of the time I see a suggested video that's specifically for that thing that I need help with, or there's something new that I want to explore. It's really amazing. I mean, and it's so specific every time.
Yeah.
It's so specific. It's like that YouTube like knows my brain or something. Yeah. Okay, so my last question is, what are some of your spiritual goals for the upcoming year?
So definitely have a lot of spiritual goals. I feel like work-life balance is always something I strive to achieve. A healthy point. I feel like at times a week might go by and I did so good at going to bed early and I did all the meditating, journaling, and then the next week something will fall into my lap and then it's like, So always consistently trying to strive for that balance. But as a greater goal, I would love to go to India and stay at the ashram for at least a month. And I'm very much interested in that and intrigued, and I feel like it's something that I need to do. This is the intuition in me is telling me you need to go there, and I think this is the year. This is the year I would like to take a month off of everything, like, you know, the internet, the social media, all the things, and just go away for 1 month with myself and to reflect and discover more.
Yeah, oh my gosh, it's going to be so much fun.
I'm so excited.
It's like so transformational, the ashram. And I feel like, I don't know, it's crazy how like you found, because so Zoe's guru is the same as my guru, Amma, and she's like,
Mackenzie introduced me.
And I just feel like it's funny how like when Amma wants you, like she calls for you, and then you have to answer that call. So like I felt that same 2 years ago when I wanted to go to India. I was like, I want an ashram, and then Amma just kind of showed up. So I feel like the same thing for you. Like you're like, nope, it's gonna be this month, and I'm gonna go for 1 month or 4 weeks, and it's gonna happen. So it's just kind of crazy how that works out.
I'm ready.
Okay, everybody, that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna leave all of Zoe's links down below, so please go and subscribe to her.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. She makes such amazing videos. You guys are gonna love them, I promise. So don't forget to subscribe to me below. Give me a thumbs up. Check out Zoe's channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.